This video I'm going to be analysing Batman's psychology, his mission and overall what makes him Batman. Batman is a very iconic character, which is very well known, and while most of the things people know about him are surface level, if you truly dig into his character's mind, you start to find some interesting things. The first part of what makes Batman is his mission. While most people move on from tragic deaths or any of the sort, Bruce Wayne couldn't move on from his parents' death. In a state of pure rage, he makes a vow to avenge his parents. Eventually, as the years go by, it becomes more of a rid the city of crime type of vow, and to become Gotham's guardian. But since Bruce made such a vow, he feels he has to keep it, otherwise he feels like he's letting them down. He feels guilty about it, because it'd be worse than their death. This is why Batman can't move on, because of his borderline obsessive nature. His promise won't let him give up his crusade. And while Batman has studied a plethora of knowledge, including psychology, he doesn't make an attempt to fix his broken mind. He's very aware of it, as his broken mind keeps him being Batman and staying on his mission. The understanding of himself is what gives Batman the edge, as he feels he knows fear and anger, which can be turned to a tool to fight criminals. And another part of Bruce Wayne's psychology is his goal. This goal is generally a crusade to beat all the criminals in Gotham with the anger he has, to make sure that no one has to experience the same tragedy he faced when he was younger. And that's why generally Batman takes on the young under his mantle, to negate any villainous path they may take. This mission has taken over Batman's life, and in some cases he ends up with a little Bat family, but ends up being alone in the end because of his obsession. But he will take that, as long as he can prevent any tragedies from happening. Now, since Batman dedicates himself to this mission, and he is human, he's due to make some mistakes along the way. He has a code, a set of rules, which he has to stick to keep himself in order. The most well-known part of Batman is his rule of no killing. First reason for not killing is not letting himself be like the gunner who killed his parents. What happens if he kills, and this leads to more tragedy for the person's loved ones? If he does kill, and that is the case, he's no better than what he's trying to fight against. The no gun rule is a rule that sticks to Batman purely because someone with a gun is what killed his parents. And another for the no killing rule, since Batman wants to inspire the idea of hope, it makes sense to help any people that are down the wrong path and give them a chance to change. Fear. Fear is Batman's tool to beat the criminals of the night, dressing up as a bat and establishing himself that he is the one that won't let crime go free under his watch. Since Gotham is such a crime-ridden city with corruption and many other things, something like Batman is something Gotham needs to shake up the criminals, because police aren't doing anything to shake them up. Now, as you've noticed, fear is something prevalent with Batman's character, as you may have noticed, but Batman does still have some fears underneath that mask. Bruce's fear is letting people get close to him. He is afraid of losing them, and the only way he can stop that from happening is by closing his heart. And every time he has opened his heart, his point has always been proven right. And once again, if he settles down and lives normally, he feels he is just letting down his parents, as he wants to stick to his vow. This theme is definitely shown in The Mask of the Phantasm, the Batman movie, where Bruce feels trapped to his parents. The sad part is, Bruce does long for such things, but his mission is what stops everything. It's just easier for him to keep people out of his life, out of fear of losing people close to him again. This is why Batman is able to do what he does. He knows about his fear, his rage, and the underlying pain that resides within him. It motivates him for his goal. And out of the story, from a writer's standpoint, it's better to show faults within the character, because that's what makes them a human character and relatable, as everyone has flaws. So not everyone is this perfect individual, not even Batman. Now, I just described Batman as a person that cuts everyone off. Of course, he has people that he talks to. He's not just a loner, like Alfred, a father figure for Bruce, and usually brings him back up to where he needs to be mentally, and also Commissioner Gordon, who knows about Batman, but not Bruce Wayne. But a very good duo to bring justice into Gotham. But generally, Batman is one not to let anyone get too close, and settle down. His conflict of longing for love and the need to be Batman is something a part of him too. Like, he could settle down after his mission is done, but that mission is a long one, and in the end, it may be too late. The Batman, Bruce Wayne, both are personas. His social playboy persona as Bruce Wayne, and the world's greatest detective as Batman, is another persona. They both create a whole person. The real Bruce Wayne is one full of compassion, but he also has an obsession to complete the crusade. Now, Batman wouldn't be Batman without his gallery of rogues, and I have to talk about them. As Batman has all his skills and personality traits, most of his villains have a part of him that collide against him. Since he has such an extensive gallery, I can't explain every single one. But as an example, the Joker, the Clown Prince of Crime, a man free of rules, purely a man with a complex mind, and a force of pure chaos, is one that collides with Batman. So if you apply that to nearly every Batman villain, you start to find some interesting things. And so, underneath the mask, Batman's psychology is something pretty unique and pretty well thought out.